And I'm back to bring you the next episode of my favorite game and what's becoming, I think, a decent scenario. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm having fun with it. Still seems a little bit basic, but at least there's plenty of stuff to blow up. Alright, so we left off with this zigzag pattern here, detecting these aircraft. I'm actually going to widen this zigzag pattern. I want them to keep their distance. Definitely want them keeping their distance. They're here to detect this, so from there is 70 miles away. That's where I want to keep them. So what assets are we going to have to do this next strike? We are going to have no more F-35s. We got them all airborne. I can't help in real life feel that this would never be the case. These assets would never be together like that. That's a giant target. I'm only doing this for our first playthrough, but I do realize that it's sort of, I don't know if wrong is the right word, but wrong. Definitely wrong. Alright, so we have our advanced harms reloading. We've used our small diameter bombs. But one thing we did wrong, which I can't help but feel that maybe it screwed us over, is we actually didn't use our growlers. The growlers are excessively powerful. A carrier group has 4 of them, and I can't help but feel that we would have probably gotten more hits on the on the surface group here if we had used them. Which is a shame, but we can't undo it. I'm not reloading a save just because of that, so we're going to continue on anyway. So we're going to launch our Harpoon aircraft. They're going to fly low. We're going to launch our ARGM aircraft. They're going to fly low and a little bit slower, so we're going to have the distance between them. And then we are going to launch our ECM aircraft, and they are going to fly low and poke just over the horizon around the time that the harpoons will be detected, and hopefully cause enough interference that the harpoons, at least something, will get through. Now, deliberately I gave this carrier group the harpoons and not LRASMs. We want to use a non-stealthy missile that can be shot down relatively easily. We don't want the Super Hornets taking all the glory and the F-35s not doing anything. I mean, regardless of whether or not a SA-21 can shoot down a LRASM, these are old Russian ships, and again, we want to make it challenging, so we have harpoons instead. Alright, I think I said enough about that. Now, let's get our forces airborne. So there's a chance that even from this far out, these strikes are detected outside of the range of the aircraft, but I don't think it matters because they're going to immediately go under the horizon, under the radar. So maybe they can be detected. The Hornets are semi-stealthy from the front, so I don't think they will be. But of course, if this were real life and I were briefing them, I would tell them, just don't climb. Like right now, I would just say, stay low. Only concern I would have is I would think that there would be more fighters that were able to be out this far, but considering the carrier group sent most of its air wing towards me and was shot down by our stealthy F-35s who didn't even get shot at back. I think it's plausible that that carrier doesn't have a whole lot left on it. So what do we have here? And are all of my forces able to take off? Or taking off? Okay, good. So a minute ahead, we're going to have our F-A-18s with harpoons, and a little bit behind them, we are going to have our ARGM armed Super Hornets, followed by our Growlers. Now, the F-35 does have a powerful jamming radar on its own, but in this attack, I have no intention of giving away their position when there are dangerous things that could kill them. So, and I'm going to have these guys go to loiter. Now, I think that sending my whole air wing in like this is acceptable for one reason, and that is in the event that this group here were to have been taken out, this carrier would just retreat. Although, if this carrier retreated, US forces would be in a world of hurt from whatever survived here, so I don't know. Still, I'm grouping up for convenience and mainly to get time on target to be what I want it to be. I always encourage people to go with separate groups from multiple angles when possible. The thing is that if I did that here, I am thinking that that would be bad because I would not be able to coordinate an over-the-horizon attack and get all weapons time on target to be what I want it to be. Alright, so how far apart are they now? Not far enough. Let's increase the range, or should I increase the distance by having them go to military in the event that these aircraft run out of fuel. I'll just manually override and make them go a little bit further. Okay, so on this side we've got a Moskva and an Udaloy. Those are our targets. I know I can't take this whole group. These are going to have good missile defenses, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to take out what I can. So 16 harpoons is not going to be enough anyway, but we'll do the best we can. Hopefully the ARGMs impacting at the same time will help. Again, I have Tomahawks, but I don't want to use them yet. Tomahawks are not the best anti-ship missile, so if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. And what is the range difference between these? Not far enough yet. Now I'm going to slow it down to 1x so that I can make sure that once these harpoons are fired, I can order these Hornets to not raise their altitude and continue back to base under the radar. If they go up, they will get shot at. I do not want that. And what is the distance here? 30. Okay, so military speed, want them to catch up. Military speed for them. And they're going to follow in these harpoons. They're at the right distance. So yeah, if I were to go bingo fuel, I would just order them along still, and they would still be able to. I would just order them to transit that far, and I know that once I fire my missiles, the fuel consumption to get back to base can be lower. Also, of course, if I am really running low on fuel, I could just go to loiter speed as long as I'm low to the ground. I'll be burning a lot of fuel still, but not all of it, so I think I'll be good. Not as much as if I were going to military, at least, which is what the bingo fuel calculation goes off of. So here goes our ARGMs. They'll be firing now, and they will be firing at those two targets. So I'm hoping for sort of like a saturation attack. And these guys are just here to make sure that no fighters try to jump them. And now I'm going to have this guy go to loiter. I do not want the growlers to get too close. So I believe these harpoons will cross over the horizon around the same time these ARGMs do. Roughly. And I don't think that these flankers will be able to get there in time to stop them. Certainly the Su-35s that I set as the intercept patrol won't get there. This carrier group is on its own. It is jammed, it is on its own, and both of these ships here and here are facing down a good amount of missiles. Dare I say they're doomed? I don't know. That's a lot of missiles coming in to intercept these missiles. I'll shoot your missiles with some missiles. Alright, maybe they're not doing so hot after all. Oh well. I tried. I wasn't positive this was going to work anyway, so hey. And these guys now can go low and back to base at low altitude before they get shot at. We did not get any hits, which is most unfortunate, but it is what it is. We didn't expect that we would be likely to get much, so we can't be disappointed in that. We did, however, I'm sure, waste some of their missiles, and combined with the F-35Cs, we will definitely be able to devastate them with our forces once they reload. We made them waste SAM, I think. Oh, and they scrambled their aircraft. Okay, so now I guess there's a lull. So I'm going to set up a little bit of a patrol pattern here. These aircraft rearm. wonder how many missiles they've expended just to stop what we shot at them. All of the surface groups, SA-21s. And probably a lot of SAN-6s. 45 of them. So that group has plenty of SAMs left. Oh. So of course I'm saving all my SAMs for that, since it's only a matter of time before these targets, I'm sorry, not my SAMs, my Tomahawks. It is only a matter of time before this service group is taken care of. Just with their radar placed here, the last thing I would want to do is try to sneak some SAMs by. I mean, these aircraft to spot them, the ship's radar could detect them. We just don't want that. But we will get to those surface-to-air missiles very soon. Very soon. And we will get to that damn target there very soon as well. Adding these two naval groups definitely is slowing this down. It's not just an attack on the forces there, it's an attack on everything getting up to the forces, so it's a little different. I think I like it because we have a more dynamic battlefield than just F-35s alone. We get to see the value of the F-35 in spotting coming up. I mean, it's already been good at spotting these. We still see them with the AWACS, but I think the F-35s can prove more than valuable around here when they're seeing things that nothing else sees. And they're seeing it from further out. Now, in real life, I'm sure that Russian subs would be in the area and attacking. The only issue is if I have aircraft, I'm going to be doing a lot of speeding up. And if I had subs to deal with and speeding up, I just don't think that's going to be very fun, because subs require immediate attention. It just throws a wrench in the scenario that I don't want to deal with. Alright, at 8.5 we'll slow down and see how our aircraft are. They should be ready by then. Right. So our Super Hornets are all ready, our F-35s are all ready, and our Growlers are all ready. Good, good, good. So we'll get our Lightnings up first. They definitely have the most endurance, since they'll be flying high. Okay, I'm going to put them here. Since we already know that we won't be detected, they can loiter there and they can spot. They have proven that they're very good at that with those infrared search and track radars. Now these two are the next ones. Followed by these guys. How far away are they? Not very. Now, I suppose if these guys were able to be more aggressive, they could always come towards us. If they were, though, I would probably retreat the carrier. Or, of course, use my submarines, get them to about here, and block these chumps from ever getting close. F-35s with air-to-air weapons would just prevent any helicopters from taking off and dealing with subs. Those would be some dead carriers. Alright. 5 out of 8, 6 out of 8, 1 out of 4. Okay, so the first thing that's going in are my Harpoon aircraft. What sucks is the location here. But we'll be fine. Send the Harpoons in. Low. Radar's on. Send these guys to loiter since I want them behind. And loiter. .35s can wait for the other flights to catch up. And now they can head out. Go to cruise. Cruise. Low altitude. 2000 instead though. And so look at what's on this side. Woodalloy. Or do I just want to target everything and hope I get lucky? I might want to do that. So I know for a fact these guys, I'm just going to target each Woodalloy with 8. They're most definitely going to get shot down. Target that with 8. I'll put 16 on the Kira, and the rest will be targeted towards the Admiral Kuznetsov. The chance of them alone getting a hit are low, but it's a distraction. Now, I think I want to target this Udaloy, this Moskva with harpoons. But I kind of also want to target this. Yeah, I want to target this with the rest of the harpoons. And then these guys, they're going to target every radar. Oh shit! Fuck. Get them out of there quickly. Got to tell them to go low. They are probably getting shot at now. Hope I don't lose an aircraft. That would be really stupid. Really stupid. But if they can force out these missiles that have no chance of hitting them, that might be worth it. Can't help but feel that just missiles being shot in this area with aircraft this densely packed that they could turn on their active radars and lock onto something that wasn't originally intended to shoot at, not even knowing it was there. It's just an idea. Don't know how accurate that is, but hey. Okay, so there you are. Fuck, I did it. Oh, those are the lightnings, never mind. Thought I did it again with those. That would have been dumb. It's entirely possible the SAMs are targeted towards this, but I think I would see whatever's shooting at them, so I don't think that's the case. Yeah, a lot better when they are back to base. The SAMs are awfully high. Time for them to go to military. Oh, I was hoping that they would stay. I think they're going to get out just fine. It's hard to say for sure, though. And they're going to get out full afterburner. This is where I don't want automatic evasion on. They're too low to fire the damn weapons now. Eleven, 5, 3, 0, minimum altitude. We can at least go to low. That should be fine. Come on. So the higher up, the more dangerous they are. Obviously, these SAMs are having a hell of a lot harder time finding and hitting us when they're low. My concern is that these guys are going to run out of fuel now, though. I kind of want to keep the lightnings here just for the time being to make sure that my growlers get out safely. I'm kind of worried about. Right, so I want them to go to cruise because I do not want them running out of fuel and dying. We can go back up to 1,000 feet. Don't need them crashing into the ground for nothing. I want to slow down their advance here. Looks like I've gotten some good hits here with the ARGMs. So if this attack here is not causing the killing blow, which I don't think it will, the next one certainly will. But really want these guys out of here. I'll feel much better when these growlers get out. I think these growlers can't jam through the earth, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem if they don't raise up. They're not going to be jamming. There we go. Now they're jamming. I want them to go back to loiter. Alright, so these harpoons should hit something. Come on. Come on. Alright, there goes one ship, I think. No? Oh, this is going well. Why are these growlers ignoring my order to go slower? What part of I don't want them to get too close don't they understand? Well, this coming in, I don't think this could be stopped. Something's sinking. Something is sinking. Alright, this guy needs to get out of here right now and at low altitude. Huh. Well, I see radar locks, but we don't know how much damage they've inflicted on them. It's possible that they've inflicted a good amount of damage. Event Russian ship destroyed, fired. So something sunk. I figured it would be. I mean, that was a lot of firepower towards them. If that didn't sink something, then I don't know what would. And I'm pretty sure we shot down a few of those intercepting flankers. Yeah, we shot down some of the land-based aircraft that were doing combat air patrol. There were some Su-35s that were chasing us, but they gave up, fortunately. Alright, you are low on fuel. Going bingo in a second here. Next one takes off. So, let's see, while we are waiting, what is left? What is left? Got an Udaloy, Peter Volky, Udaloy. So they lost the Moskva. I wonder if their carrier probably has taken some hits. Now, in 6 hours, when I rearm and attack again, I have no doubt that the F-35 sensors are going to show some battle damage on at least some of those ships. I probably could use my subs to take them out. They're going to come closer, but they probably will turn around at some point. I don't want to fire my Tomahawks, as I had stated before. If I do, of course, then I don't have them to go up against these targets on land, which I really want to focus on. Kind of the fleet is just in the way. They're going 22 knots. How? 159, so 159 divided by 22 means we've got 7 hours before they're on top of us, and we can retreat. So what we're gonna do Go shallow. Just get these guys in position in case they try to come out. Nope, they're turning around. Probably just part of their patrol pattern. Oh, the tugboats can't keep up. I put those in, of course, just to troll. So now it's saying that we're running out of time, and that's all well and good. I'm thinking this is going to be a 2-day scenario. It's actually the first time I've done a 2-day scenario. I did a 12-hour scenario before, and I think I did like a 5-hour scenario, but never a 2-day scenario. I'm going to save it here. The reason I'm saving it there is I've never gone past the scenario, but just in case it doesn't let me, I can reload it and just make it a 2-day scenario in the editor. Now, while we're waiting, we can see what we've done so far. Got a score of 1,000. We've shot down a bunch of MiGs, a bunch of fullbacks, a few flankers, destroyed the SAG, killed a Moskva that was protecting the carrier, and that carrier is probably very low on munitions now. I think the next attack is going to completely devastate them. The chances of them surviving this next one is pretty low. I don't think that there are very many aircraft, except for the flankers at Latakia left. Okay, so our aircraft should be ready now. Good. I'm expecting that at least a few of the aircraft have been hit by ARGMs and possibly radar's been taken out. It's hard to know for sure, but I would wager that that is the case. Okay, so the next one coming up is going to be the Harpoons. Followed by the Harms and the Jammers. Now, I think if I just got these guys along their way now, well, let's go down there. That might actually be better because we could actually get them going on their way and not have to work in mid-flight to get more separation. So I think we got the separation we need right now. What is the range between them? Yep, that is good. That's perfect. Got the exact range we want. These guys are just a little bit ahead. That's what we want. Low altitude is 2,000. That'll put them over the horizon at the exact same time. And let's see what's damaged. Curious. Everything is damaged except for the tugboats and the pseudoloy. Which entirely is possible, but oh, still emitting. Still emitting. Still emitting. Oh, that Oodalay is really badly damaged. So much for that wasn't hit. Alright, so every single one of these ships has been devastated by something. Good, good. Alright. So... oh, it's an aircraft. So I'm going to do... just take out the tugboats. Why not? I mean, I probably wouldn't want their eyeball spotting stuff, so I would take them out anyway. So I think this attack is going to really finish them up. I don't even know if I want to waste everything, but I think, well, the harpoons for sure. Definitely not going to care how many of those I use, because I'm going to switch to slammers so I could fire at a much further distance once this is done. Okay, the ARGMs. Hate for them to detect an aircraft just through visual detection and have it get shot down because of that or something. Oh, shit. Don't do that. No. Back down. How dumb can I be? I did the exact same thing I didn't want to do last time. Although it's entirely possible I wasn't up for long enough to be identified and shot at. We'll see. Not detected because these ships were so badly devastated. That's what I'm going to go with. Alright, so I'm just going to keep them around on loiter. And the reason I'm keeping them around is just to make sure no aircraft come out to intercept. Now, I would imagine that if I were the Russian commander, if I survived this, I would have my fleet here and just staying right there, hoping that we can buy time with the, what do you call it? Hoping we could buy time with the aircraft that are stationed there and all the SAMs and Syria's air defenses, and just pray that there's a diplomatic solution before they're completely annihilated. I think I might have timed this a little too bad. The ARGMs are going to arrive late, but they're going to be seen first. So, evens out. RTB at low altitude. And loiter. Loiter, 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 loiter. Yeah, so these are going to be detected and shot at soon. Some of them are going to get intercepted, but something's going down. Oh, I think that Oodle is probably dead now. Oh wow, they're all pretty much dead. Those ARGMs just came in and hit everything. Admiral Kuznetsov is left, and the Kirov is left, but they are low on health. I'm thinking I could probably start attacking land targets now, but we're going to make sure that everything is dead first. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to utilize our F-35s only to take out these two ships. We're going to rearm our harpoons with slammers to have extended range to start targeting things here. And we're going to see if we can make a time on target attack for that area, see if that'll make a difference. Now, I'm going to do something I think is risky, but whatever. It might be justifiable considering the amount of threats left is quite low. I think I'm going to go down to just 4 aircraft armed with AMRAAM. Because there's not much that, yeah, it's going to present me with a score. That's all well and good, but we're not done yet. We're still playing. Whoa. So we lost contact with the Kirov. Huh. No, I think that there's 2 groups there. Nope, just the Kuznetsov. I am tempted, but they're not going to get there anytime soon, and I am not going to risk them going slower. Or was I going faster? Alright, so we have not lost anything yet. Oh, we're out of harpoons. That's why that's happening. Gotcha. Well, we're not using harpoons anymore. We are going to be using slammers. Do we want to use mauled? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep these 8 with slammers instead of... I still have a lot of ARGMs left. And I am going to get some molds ready. How long will it take for them to get there? 3 hours. Alright, so I think I'll be able to sink this Kuznetsov before this group rearms. I think, but I'm not positive. I really should have been getting my subs in position beforehand, but oh well. If I can't sink the Kuznetsov in time, which is entirely possible, I will just sink it with bombs. It's not much of a threat without advanced ships guarding it, I think. But I think I'm going to wrap up this save right here, and I will continue in the next one, which I will start up in a few minutes. Here just looks like a good time to wrap things up for now. This episode has been quite long, but oh well. Alright, have a good one for now.